Hello and welcome to 21st Century Christian. I'm Angelique. Here at 21st Century Christian, we look to bring the Bible to life in these modern times in which we live. Even if you're a Christian or not, we feel the Bible shares how God created us, and it's our blueprint for living our best lives. Please share this link because you don't know who can be impacted with their choices in life and can better their life. So please share this link. With a new year and a new beginning, most of us are looking to improve all types of avenues in our lives, but especially in our fitness and weight challenges that a lot of us may have. I know I do. So with the Steady Exercise program, we have asked this husband and wife duo to answer some questions that we've gotten from different viewers in regards to health and fitness and where do they begin? Because sometimes it can be confusing if you were once a couch potato. So we want to help you to get out of the couch and get going and get moving. So, but before we start, I'd like to introduce my marketing manager extraordinaire, Mr. Eric Heredia. Eric, say hello to the folks.
Hello, everyone. Here we are rolling again.
Yes, we are. Also, I want to share with you, this is part 2 of our health series. The first part was about nutrition that we did last week, and this one is going to be about fitness and getting in shape and moving. So please keep that in mind. So to begin, I'd like to introduce our panelists. It is a husband and wife team, as I stated before, Dom and Caressa Simmons. They are owner of a training. They're owners of Elite Muay Thai, or Mike. They're fitness enthusiasts and fitness trainers, so they're going to get us energized and excited in regards to getting in shape. I'm ready, and I know you are too. Caressa works as a trainer there, and she's also into fitness boxing. She has a lot of medals. She'll probably share a little bit about that. So at this time, we'd like to welcome Dom and Caressa. Welcome to our environment, guys. Okay, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you guys are super busy. I think when we were even scheduling this, Dom mentioned that, Caressa, you have like a match coming up or something and you're getting ready for that. Is that the case?
Yes, I have a fight coming up in January. We've been
hard,
so it's really, we're always booked up.
Man. Yeah, well, definitely thank you for joining us. This is awesome.
Oh, we're happy to be here.
Okay, first question, and the questions are going to be for you both, but sometimes I want a male response, so Dom, that'll be you, and Caressa from the female response. So let's go. How many exercise minutes per week should one strive to achieve in order to lose weight? I read an article where they said at least 300 minutes. Is that a good number? What do you think? And Dom, this is for the male. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. That breaks down to about 45 minutes a day. We really recommend people to do at least, 3 days a week at a minimum. We see that gives you a good starting point for results. Of course, as you get more experience, you get more in shape, you can push a little bit harder and do a little bit longer training sessions and then actually add more days to your exercise regimen. And obviously that will help with better results. So, but yeah, definitely that's a good starting point is 300 minutes or 3 days a week.
Okay. And Chris, is that something for women as well? Or sometimes us and our bodies losing weight is a lot harder than these guys. Yeah. What do you think?
I definitely agree. I think the same thing, but I also think that every single person's body is different, or maybe their fitness level. So I a lot of times tell my clients, come in, work out, listen to your body. If you're feeling too sore, or you can't move, of course you're going to be sore regardless. But if you're to the point where you can't get out of bed, rest that day. But also too, you want to push yourself a little bit. You don't want to just stay stagnant. You want to push yourself a little bit, get that motivation even when you don't want to. But listen to your body as well, because you don't want to push it too hard to where you're not going to work out anymore, but you also want to push it just enough, because we got to push our bodies a little bit out of our comfort zones to get the results we want.
Okay. And Dom, if you can share with us, what types of exercises for man or woman, if you guys can speak on both, that you should start if you're totally out of shape? Like I mentioned in the opening, let's say you're a couch potato. I'm actually not a couch potato. I do run 3 or 4 times a week. But, for some people who are, what should they start? Because they can't, some people like, beginning of the year, January, oh, I'm going to run a marathon and I'm going to be, 50 pounds in 2 weeks. They kind of think if they do that. So what's realistic?
I recommend a lot of what we call like functional fitness exercises, utilizing your own body weight, at least as a starting point. So things like push-ups and, sit-ups and pull-ups, things where you can use your own body weight. You're not lifting, any kettlebells or dumbbells or barbells with a bunch of weight, just utilizing your own body weight. That's a good starting point. And then obviously, as you get more in shape, your body gets more accustomed to working out. Then you can start increasing the intensity where you're utilizing actual, dumbbells or barbells or even kettlebells for your workouts. So.
Okay. And Caressa, what do you think about walking? I've heard people say just get out and walk. Let's say, like I said, you had a person who's never had any exercise and they start walking. Does walking help, or is it something, a lazy man type exercise? Sometimes people say that. You don't want to say that, but people do. What do you think?
I think it's the intensity that you walk at. Now, I would say every person is different. If you're somebody that really doesn't do absolutely anything, you kind of literally sit on the couch all the time, walking any type of changing in body movement, you'll get results. But if you're somebody that's a little active, I mean, you go to work, you walk, you go up and down stairs. I mean, walking may not do it for you. You might have to pick up the intensity in which you walk. You can't just walk and like, oh, look at the trees. You actually have to walk, power walk, put something into that walk. Not everybody's into running, but you can get yourself to that point, with consistency to where maybe you can walk a little, jog maybe 1 minute, then walk again. I mean, just pushing yourself a little, just like what I said before, pushing yourself, your body past the limit every day, and adding on that. But yeah, I think just like a stroll in the park, it's good to get the fresh air. I don't really think you're going to lose a lot of weight from that, but anytime that you feel like your body is being pushed past a certain level, you'll start to get results.
You mentioned something about the intensity, and I think they call it height or something, or HIIT or something,
yeah,
where you're changing the intervals. So let's say a person is walking, and let's say they normally walk, and they do want to increase their intensity. And like you said, to jog a little bit for maybe, from one tree to the next or something, just to start. Yeah. Does that help burn more if you do that? If you walk, jog, as opposed to just walking?
Oh, yeah.
Or just jogging? I have that question.
Yeah, the idea is you're wanting to get your heart rate up at some point. The movement of your heart rate going up and down, that's what's going to help you lose and burn the body fat. The heart rate going up and then going back down, going back up, going back down. It's helping your body burn fat. So that's really, that interval of doing that would be very awesome for somebody just starting out. Even if you can only run for 20 seconds, getting that heart rate up, taking back down, walking every single day, you're going to be able to do a little bit more and more. I think some people are so worried about, oh, I want to go out there and just run a mile, but sometimes that doesn't happen that way. You have to build your body up.
Build you up to this. Okay. And so with just jogging, because you could get to a plateau, let's say a person jogs all the time, and as opposed to walk jog. So will you burn more if you do the interval, or what do you think? And this is for Dom, actually. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely. You'll burn more with the interval. Running is one of the best ways to lose weight, and because running attacks stored fat, it goes for that quickest source of energy to get that body in motion. So getting out there and starting with a light jog and then taking it up to a sprint, it's going to attack that stored fat for a quick energy source. So you'll definitely see quicker and better results with getting out there and actually running, and then adding some intervals to it, like sprints and a jog, and mixing it up like that. So definitely.
Caressa, I have this question for you. As people age, do they lose their flexibility? And the next question is, can they get it back? So if they start back again, can they get it back, or depending on their age and how long they went without?
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely as we age, we tend to be less active. So we do, we're not as flexible. We can't move as much. But yes, you definitely can get it back. I mean, in our gym, we have some people that have come in and, you know, they haven't been able to do as much, and just working out consistently, you know, they're able to do sit-ups, they're able to do kicks, you know, things that they normally wouldn't be able to do. Even my mother-in-law's, with the pandemic, they kind of stopped working out. And when I brought them back in, them working out and moving and stuff like that, they've told me, oh, I can do things around the house. I can actually open up jars. They were having troubles with that. So
Well,
definitely, the more that you move your body around, the more that it'll be, you'll be able to move it and be able to increase that range of motion.
now let me ask you guys a question. What is the danger of people that sometimes, like, you know, they want to run a mile, like, or kind of like thinking, you know, for example, especially if you're getting older, right?
Yeah.
You may have been able to run 5 miles at a certain point or whatever, and then you stop running for years, and then you want to come back at it because you're like, oh, I can get this solved, and then you start trying to get at that level that you were. What are the risks with that type of mentality? And not only that, I think that also applies for, like, let's say New Year's. People, okay, I'm gonna get into it and I'm gonna go and do, you know, super. I mean, I'm gonna do just simple as this, a marathon or 5 miles, whatever it is. What is the danger with that?
Yeah. Well, like Caressa said earlier, you know, you got to listen to your body. You know, as you get older, we try to look back at our young selves and say, like, you know, back then I could do this, I could do that, but we have to really,
Mm-hmm.
as you get older, you know, you start to lose some of those things, some
Yeah.
flexibility, some endurance, some strength. So you have to listen to your body. Now, those things can be built back up. You know, I'm a big person that, you know, everything is a state of mind. You know, it doesn't matter about your age, you know, things are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get out there and you put the time into it and you slowly build yourself back up, then most definitely you can get to where you were. It may not be as fast as you were or as strong, but you can get back up there for sure. So
Okay.
your body, take your time and don't go too hard, too fast.
I
Okay.
have to share this story. When I was at one of my gyms that I go to, I took a yoga class or something, and this older lady next to me, and I mean, she was elderly. She was bending and moving and all kinds of, and she was a little heavy, but she was able. And I was like, wow, I felt so ashamed. I'm like, okay, but you know, it still doesn't matter your age, like you said. She obviously was doing this for a while and doing it consistently, so she was able to bend in all kind of pretzel twists that I couldn't even do anything because I was just starting. So I just want to share that with the audience, because don't let that sway you because of your age, because it's
Mm-hmm.
just consistency and, like they're saying, to keep it going. Thank you for that. Exercise versus nutrition. They are both important. However, some feel for weight loss, nutrition and limiting calories and fat is more important. What are your thoughts as far as the ratio or what have
So yeah, they've always had that rule of thumb that, you know, exercise and nutrition, you know, is always, you know, 80% nutrition, 20% exercise to, you know, achieve a certain physique or physical fitness. But you know, they go hand in hand. You get some people that try to do one without the other, and then the other one without the other one, and it makes it difficult to achieve, you know, that specific goal that they want. Nutrition is big, though. You know, it is important. You can work out a lot, work out a ton, but if you're not putting the right things in your body, you still won't achieve that goal or that physical look or physical fitness level that you want. So they do go hand in hand. It's something that you do got to put together, though. You can't do one without the other. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely agree. Sometimes you can eat all the right things and, you know, be healthy, but you're not working out. So you may not get the exact physique you want. You may just be thin. And, you know, the same for, you could be working out hard, putting in everything, but you're not eating the right things. And you're just not getting the body that you're looking for. So like he said, they go hand in hand. You need to do both of them for the physique that you want. You know.
And then
Now,
for your
go
heart
ahead.
health too, you know, you got to get out there and exercise. You know, get your heart rate up, like Caressa talked about earlier. You know, just for your overall health and
Oh yeah.
wellness in general. So
Now, Caressa, you have a fight coming up pretty soon, right? And
Yes.
it seems like when you have a fight, you have to prepare for. There's a purpose behind it. Some people may have a purpose of, like, just losing weight. Others may have a purpose of just, you know, looking for that physiques or whatever.
Yeah.
For you, what are you doing, for example, for your fight?
Oh, well, so normally I start off my day by running about 5 to 6 miles. From there, I teach my classes and then we go into training. So we normally do like sparring, bag work, pad work, which is, normally about an hour, 2 hours. And then we also go into some strength and conditioning stuff, some weightlifting, some agility drills, conditioning drills, sprints, all those kinds of things. So that's normally my morning, and then we kind of do it all again in the evening.
Wow. I thought you were going to say that's all day.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty much. But now, just for the sake of talking about nutrition, like, what do you eat?
So what I've found that really works for me and keeps me, one, energized, but also keeps me strong is I've adapted a vegan diet or a plant-based diet.
Really?
So I started fighting when I was about 16, 17. And I kind of just ate what I wanted. I ate meat, I ate dairy, I kind of ate, ate pizza, junk, and
Uh-huh.
fights coming up, I would eat like grilled chicken and some broccoli and stuff like that. Then I had kids, and I took about 5 years off. And it gave me time to really kind of heal my body and look at what I needed to put into my body nutrition wise to be the strongest me I could be, or the best me I could be. And I have found that vegan diet or plant-based diet has really helped me recover, one, and stronger. I know a lot of people think that meat is very important, but for me, I've found that I'm the strongest right now with a plant-based diet. It really has changed the game for me, I feel.
I grew up an Adventist, so I grew up eating, a lot of vegetarian, foods and things. But, I try it. I go in between. Sometimes I'll do vegetarian, sometimes I'll do vegan. So, but I'm 100% in support of her as her coach, the plant-based diet, because I've seen her from the beginning of her career until now. And since she's been a vegan and adopted a plant-based diet, her power, her recovery has been tenfold. If you ask some of the guys, she don't really have many girls in the gym that she spars. She spars all the guys. If you ask them, her power, it's unreal. They feel sparring another guy. Let's put it like that. That's what she is. So
I have a feeling we're gonna find a gem here. Carissa, very quick. You said for 5 years, you were pretty much not as involved in the physical part. Can you please tell us, how did you get back in? What was that? Was it challenging to get back into to where you needed to be?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with two kids. I mean, people think because we own the gym that, oh, you can just work out at any time. But because we're managing the gym, teaching the classes, I have two kids. We also have a home that I have to take care of. I mean, it was really, really hard. And also too, I knew, like we were talking before about, knowing where we were before. I knew what I could do before. And every time I set out to go run 5 miles like I used to, it wasn't happening. So it was patience, I was setting myself up for failure every day as thinking that I'm going to be the same person I was. I wasn't. I had to build myself back to that. I had to be open with not being the best me for a little while. And also too, I had to get that mindset back again to where I'm like, this is it. I'm committed. I'm going to eat good. I'm going to lose this baby weight. And that took some time, because you're tired, you have kids, it's a lot. So it wasn't really until this quarantine happened where I was able to, our gym shut down, where I was able to focus on myself. And I made it a point that I was going to, no matter what, if the gym shut down and there's no gym left, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to get my body back to where it was. And it's not good necessarily for me. It was, I was an athlete, I wanted to be that same athlete I was before. I could care less if I was skinny or anything. I just wanted to be that same athlete again.
I see.
Awesome. And
Thank you for sharing.
Because I know a lot of women and men can relate to that. Starting again, we're talking about that. Starting again, 2021, and letting us know that even though you were a fitness trainer, were in great shape, even you had a moment where you had to work back into it. You couldn't just go out and do a fight. You had to work
And
back to that
it
level.
made me respect, some of the, as a trainer, it made me respect or understand the people that are coming in and aren't as in shape. Before, I was young, I was always in shape, so I didn't really understand people that couldn't do certain things. But now I have a different level of understanding. I know it sucks right now, and I can kind of talk to them like, I've been there. I haven't not always been in the best shape of my life. So, I can kind of sympathize with people too now.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, next question. When you're working out consistently, should you have rest periods? I think we talked about that. So let's say you're working out 3 or 4 or 5 days a week. Should you have some time in between? Because some people like to just hit it, and because they're all gun ho. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. Rest is key. Whether you're trying to achieve a endurance or cardiovascular type of fitness level, or if you're trying to build lean muscle, if you're trying to build more muscle, bulk muscle, it's most definitely important. You need to rest. And there's times that, we tell people that we have to turn them away from the gym, like especially our athletes that are competitive and they fight, we tell them like, all right, today is your rest day. Like you have to take today off because key to that recovery process so that you can actually get back to the gym and make better what we call gains, whether it's strength gains, muscle gains, or better endurance gains. So rest is definitely key.
I had another question in regards to working out. Let's say you're increasing working out, and I've seen people where they work out a lot and they did really good. They're running and lifting weight. Then they start eating. This is going back to the nutrition question. Then they start eating more, or they justify like, oh, I worked out today, so I need extra pasta, or I need extra whatever because I worked out. What do you say to that? Or how do you kind of help people to really be realistic about that?
There's a level to truth to that. You are going to need, when you're burning more calories, you can't eat, you can't, if you're somebody that's not active at all, you're not needing as many calories. So when you do pick up the intensity, you do need to pick up the calories. It's about what calories, you're putting into your body. It's about, of course, I'm not going to sit here and eat a bunch of pizza and extra calories and try to justify that. Vegetables, beans, something that is a little bit, something that's healthier, obviously, and that your body's going to be able to, cleaner, that your body's going to be able to absorb and use, but to just eat pizza, cake, ice cream, you can give yourselves treats every once in a while, but, I wouldn't say I would justify that. But you will have to take up the calorie intake a little bit for sure. It depends on your intensity of workout.
Yeah, and I've seen her as she increases like her training regimen, she does increase her food intake, but it's whole foods, it's clean food, so she's still burning the same amount and she's still getting the results and the recovery from the food. It's more of a whole food as opposed to processed foods and stuff like that the calories are, they'll store fat as opposed to being a clean energy source.
Yeah, a lot of people think that calories are calories, but it's not, to me, that's not true. I think when you're eating things that your body's able to, pass through and, use and utilize, those calories kind of go through you.
That's right.
But when you eat things that just sit in your body, and then turn to fat, that's when the issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this next question on weightlifting. This is a question I've heard this before, and I'm wondering, is this just like a term people use as not true? Does weightlifting make women bulk? Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that
multiple
times.
To get bulky as a woman, you don't get bulky. So what do you guys think?
We get that question all the time, especially if we have a new female that comes into the gym and she's looking to get a specific goal with her physique. And she's like, well, I don't want to lift a bunch of heavy weights because I don't want to get too big. And the thing is, if you're targeting or your specific goal is that, you can get that, but that's if you are specifically working for that goal. But if you utilize, an exercise routine in the right way, which, for most women, we're keeping the weight minimal and we're increasing the repetitions, then you can build what we call lean muscle, where it's toned. It's not, it looks in shape, but it's not bulky. It's not massive,
Yeah.
So it just depends on, you know, how you're targeting it and how you're actually going about it. But you can make it lean, you can make it tone without being bulky for sure.
Absolutely. And also, isn't it true with the bulkiness, you need to lift a lot and be
Yeah.
consistent to be like a weightlifter type person in order to get bulky, right?
Lift a lot, eat a lot.
Yeah, it's hard that
Yeah.
people don't realize. It's hard work to lose weight and to be lean, but it's also hard work to be bulky and, you know, add muscle on as well. It's hard work. You'll know when you're pushing towards that that goal. You'll know.
So technically, it's really hard for a lady to get bulky unless they're intentionally trying to.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, too,
Wow.
the types are, you know, everybody has a different body type.
Mm-hmm.
Already has a little bit of weight on them. You know, you want to work towards more of the high repetition, you know, because you're trying to lose body fat. Sometimes just lifting heavy weights can increase that, you know, that build of that you already have. If you're somebody that's super skinny and you're trying to put on, you know, weight, then, you know, you don't really have to worry about it as much.
Oh, so when you're exercising, you have a pattern exercise. Let's say you do the same exercise all the time and you are consistent. Is muscle memory an actual thing where you need to change it up because you're not getting the results you're wanting because you're doing the same thing over and over?
Yeah, most definitely. You always got to switch and change your routine up. You can't do the same routine because your body will get used to it via muscle memory, and it kind of stops responding. You know, it kind of gets into that comfortable place where they're so used to the routine that you don't get the same results as when you first started. So I recommend with my personal training clients about every 2 weeks we switch up their routine. 2 weeks is a good enough time frame to get the results and the benefits that we want from that specific goal, and then we switch it up. So we're always keeping the body guessing so that it always gets us good results. So we're always switching it. Definitely.
Awesome. And Caressa, how does one get rid of stubborn belly fat? And is there such a thing as targeting to your belly, your thighs, that you can just target? So
yeah, definitely can target areas. The stubborn belly fat, a lot comes from diet. Obviously working out, to me, a lot of cardiovascular, you're going to do some abs, but I feel like belly fat specifically can be a lot diet, that gut health that you have, what you're putting in your body, a lot of times tends to end up in your belly. So me personally, that's what, you know, I believe that it's a lot to do. Of course, exercising, those things are important, but that stubborn belly fat, a lot ends up to be diet.
What exactly, or if you can give us some examples as far as diet, because I know you're plant or vegan based. So what should someone watch if they're trying to reduce their belly? Because you said it's diet. So what could kind of cause that?
I think a lot of fats, a lot of like, you know, a lot of fats, a lot processed, yes, definitely processed food, sugar. You know, you really want to keep it pretty clean in the gut. Sometimes people have that point where they're like, I can't lose it, this little pouch that I have. You have to look at your diet and you have to really change it up. It's sometimes it's not going to be super comfortable. Your diet's not going to be just easy. Sometimes you have to look at what you're eating. Sometimes you're like, I eat clean, but now you have to really look into it and dissect it and take certain things out because everybody's body is different. It responds differently to different foods and the workouts and everything. So I don't see every single person that comes into my gym does not have the same body type or does not look the exact same. So there's some people that they do the same workouts, maybe eat the exact same thing as this other person that's just slimming down and looking great. And they're like, what is wrong? You know, so then we have to go in and dissect it. So tell me what you're eating, you know, on a day to day. And we have to kind of like, you know, then cut certain things out of their, you know, diet. But yeah, what I was saying is that they need to really dissect what they're eating and really look into, you know, like their salad dressings, condiments, you know, every little thing that they're eating and really maybe cut back on certain things. Because sometimes we are eating a great salad and we just pour a bunch of salad dressing on there. We're not realizing actually how much sugar or how many calories are in that or how much fat is in that. So sometimes we have to like cut that back and, you know.
Wow.
Really
Did
looking.
you have a question or?
Yeah, well, I did have a question. So overall, let's say I want to lose weight, right? And let's say I'm 20 pounds, 30 pounds overweight, and I make some changes. I eat cleaner. I lost 15 pounds after working out and all these different things, but I still have to admit, I still need to work on another 15 pounds. Is that when we have to, the more you lose and the harder it gets, and the more you have to be specific of how to lose it? Is that something that makes sense in a way?
Yeah. Well, you have to sometimes, your body gets used to your workout. Like we were talking about before,
Mm,
get up. Your body sometimes get used. So you have to intensify it sometimes or change up the routine, but also intensifying it even a little bit more,
well,
And then like you were saying, you can get more specific about a muscle group that you're trying to target.
mm-hmm,
That helps change up the routine too. You can say, for the next 2 weeks, I'm just going to target my chest or my arms and get
mm-hmm,
about that. And then once you reach that goal, then you can say, okay, now I'm going to target my core. I'm going to work on, my core. And with that, I'll fix my nutrition. I'll do better with that. So yeah, there's different things you can do. You can always switch it up and mix it up to get better results.
okay. You become like your own body scientist in a way.
Yeah.
Like listen to your body, what you're
Listen
saying,
to your,
right?
yep, listen to your body.
There you go.
And I like what you guys are saying, because I'm in that now where I've lost weight, and then I'm in that stubborn where it's like a half a pound, or I'm staying the same, and I'm doing good with my diet and running and exercise and doing height exercises. I'm like, it's like, what's going on? But like you just said, change up. But I am doing the same thing, running, jogging, whatever. So maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, do elliptical or something, do something else different.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's about, as much as we don't want to be uncomfortable, anytime that you feel uncomfortable, that means your body is going to be doing the work that you want it to do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we get into a routine and we're like, oh, we're beasts. I can run 5 miles and, this is great. But the issue is that, yeah, you're good at it because your body isn't being challenged now. You're comfortable with that. Yeah, you're a beast, but now we need to take that intensity level to the next level. It's not a bad thing. It just means that now you're getting stronger, you're getting better, and now we got to even take it up more because now your body needs to be challenged more.
Well,
You're right about that, because there are some exercises I know I should do. I'm like, why don't I doing those? I like this.
Want to do them? I'm the same way. We're all the same way, and that's sometimes why we need somebody else to push us past our comfort levels.
And that's what I was going to say. One of the best things, and I've done a variety of different types of working out exercises, different type of programs, whether it's weightlifting or more cardio based. One of the best things that you can do is group fitness and high intensity style training, because you have a coach there that has put together this program for you. They're pushing you through each exercise. So it doesn't allow you to, quote unquote, be kind of lazy or kind of do your own thing. You're being pushed and coached. So group fitness, any type of group fitness classes, where it's high intensity or boot camp style, those are the ones that are going to really get you some great results.
Awesome. With that, we have our final thoughts. I'm glad you shared. So what can you tell us in regards to your studio, what you can do for our audience, and how they can get into shape? So share a little bit about your classes and what you guys do.
So we teach, well, for me personally, we teach Muay Thai, but we also teach fitness kickboxing classes. So we do strength and conditioning. So we do add weights, but we do a lot of bag work, working boxing, Muay Thai, punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. We take a lot of what we learn in our Muay Thai, boxing, self-defense type classes, and we incorporate it into our fitness classes, to where we have certain people that may be intimidated to do, the self-defense or the sparring or whatever it is. And they feel like they're learning a self-defense, but also getting in shape. So it's a fun way to get in shape, where it's definitely not the same workout every day. We're very creative in the things that we do. Sometimes we're on the bag. Sometimes they're in the ring holding pads for each other. Sometimes they're lifting weights. So it's always a different circuit, and we're always, like we said, switching it up on them. So it's never the same thing. It's definitely
along with having those different types of workouts that she's talking about on the fitness side of it, we offer so many different like martial arts programs too. So if you are, wanting to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can, jump from doing our Muay Thai program to our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program. And if you want to switch it up, then you can jump over to our boxing program. And each one of them has their own unique style of working out, which again, like we said, when you're constantly switching up, you're going to get the best results. So you can kind of mix and match and jump here and jump there. And it's always fun and it's engaging and it's coached. You have a coach there pushing you through each session. So you're always getting the best results.
Thank you. Now, in this COVID environment, you guys are open and so people can come to your studio, or do you have online, or do you do both?
Yeah, we're open. Thank God. We were shut down, when the government made us during those couple months, we shut down. But with the blessing of technology, we were able to still coach our classes through virtual training. So our members still tuned in and we did it every day, a couple times a day, and we offered our classes virtually. But we're open now. We're just staying open. We're staying active. We're praying that everybody stays safe. We're cleaning 10 times as much as we have a very clean facility now, but we're doing it double time now. So we're just praying that everybody stays safe and stays healthy so that we can, remain in operation.
Awesome. And now, do you still have the virtual classes? Because Eric and I are in Orlando, and I think you guys are in Daytona. Is that where your studio is?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have the virtual classes still that people can tune into that, or?
We don't currently have them. When we were shut down, we recorded and did all of our virtual training. So you can find them via our YouTube channel, and you'll see Caressa coaching you through classes. So if you're interested in maybe checking those out, if you're at home and you just want to do an at-home workout, you can go to our YouTube channel. It's just Elite Muay Thai and Fitness. When you look that up, you'll see all of our videos and you'll see all the dates and which type of class it is, and you can click on it and just follow along. And it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
We had some good feedback from it.
Now, so for other people in Daytona, and possibly people that want to come to Daytona to your studio, where are you guys located?
Yeah.
So we're located in the Sunshine Park Mall in South Daytona. So our physical address is 2400 South Ridgewood, and it's in South Daytona. So, but yeah,
I might have to go up there for a class. So
we'd
it's
love
not too far.
to join. You would have a
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it.
yeah.
And also, what we'll do is we'll also get your information and we'll put it on this link. So when this video shows on our channel, we'll also have that where they can click on and they can see your studio and get in contact with you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Good luck, Caressa, in January. We're recording this in December 2020, so this is going to be airing in January. So when is your fight? When in January is it?
January 30th.
Okay, so actually this is going to air before your fight. So we're wishing you luck. We're praying for you that you win.
Thank you.
Any other
So
thoughts,
yeah, guys,
Eric?
we'll make sure that you find out a bit more about having a Carissa's fight. All right, we're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. Thank you for having us on.
Thank you again for tuning in to 21st Century Christian, and I hope you have a great 2021 and you will take the tips that we're sharing with your health seriously. Get in shape, get in health, start moving, get off that couch and just start moving your body. Take care and God bless. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.